Okay, I'm going to start with Logeta Barack Obama. Logeta Barack Obama is not black. His mother was white, and they were trying to market Logeta Barack Obama as a black person. So this is cheap politics. I mean, right? You should not vote for a president because he is black or white or Italian or something like that. Right? If you do that, it is going to be an empty shell. Now, when there was this housing crisis, he bailed out the banks. Now, there is Professor Michael Hudson. He is also a Marxist. He's done a lot of he studies on economics. And he says if you take the history, you bail out the debtors, right? People who take the loan, you bail out. Mainly why you can't pay loans is because you have to pay the interest. So sometimes, after some time, you just forgive the debt. People who take the loans, not in this case, the banks gave loans to buy houses, right? They didn't check up properly whether these people can afford the housing. So actually, what Logeta Barack Obama should have done is he should have transferred money into these people, maybe 100,000 or something like that, have a limit, and only for the first house to these accounts so that they can pay the loans. So, Logeta Barack Obama, he transferred money to the predator level in economics. He gave the money direct to the bank, and a lot of people, the people who took the loan, so even the first house, they lost their housing, right? So he enhanced what I would call the predator level. Actually, you have to call them more like a parasitic level. Now, if you take this COVID thing, I think the COVID thing was blown out of proportion, right? In some countries, they didn't have this lockouts and things like that. So in this COVID thing, he transferred money to the IT sector. So why, if the IT sector is so strong, why do you have to transfer money there? Actually, you can take a small tax, 2-3% or 4% tax from the IT sector and use that money to people who are in distress, because some people didn't have money to eat. They couldn't go for jobs, so they couldn't pay their rent. They couldn't buy food. So actually, he could have, like Mandani. Mandani is going to be the New York mayor, right? If Mandani is going to be the mayor, then Donald Trump will have some confrontation with Mandani, because Donald Trump labels him as a communist. He is not a communist, he is a socialist, Mandani. So why did they transfer money to the earlier it was the banking sector, the housing crisis. In this COVID thing, they transferred money to the IT sector, which means IT is not that strong. You don't have to pump in money to the IT sector. Actually, you have to take a small tax and say that you have to support the people who are suffering. Now I think we are going to have a lot of layoffs in the IT sector because of the economic crisis, right? So if you take, especially in America, if you want to get elected, you have to take a lot of money from your donors, right? And you work towards their interest. You don't work towards your interest of your citizens. So there is a if you take the American political system, it's very rotten like thing. Okay, the whole core is rotten. So if you don't restrict the money given by the donors, then you have very you don't get people who represent the voters rather than the donors they represent. So this has to be looked into, this what is American. And if you notice here, it is always the predator level. If you take the biological pyramid, it is the predator level. These politicians always help, not the people. So that means you hollow out the middle layer, you hollow out the lower layer, even the middle layer, and you just enhance the top layer. So you have an inverted pyramid, countries like America. So this is again, I come back to same topic there, same idea. So this has to be stopped. Okay. So this, why they enhance the IT level, because they want to use the IT level in the future for extraction of resources from the lower level. If you take the pyramid, biological pyramid in biological like pyramid in economics, they want to take something from the lower level, and they are going to use the IT level. So this is how the American politics work. Now you have this so-called Israel lobby in America, and people are turning against the Israel lobby. So you have something called AIPAC, and earlier money was given to the AIPAC. Now it is reported that it is, sometimes they report that, it is said that the AIPAC is American Israel lobby. It's been becoming less popular, and it has asked the donors to give the money directly. So there is some alleged, this is also something which is in the news. So that means you have certain, what you have in lot of countries is you are enhancing the predator level. If you take the pyramid in economics, okay. So you have to be aware of this, because you are following out the middle. The middle class is gone. After the middle class is gone, you have to print more and more money and more money. So that kind of economics doesn't work. And that kind of economics is doing well only because there is a lot of weapons. You produce weapons and you pump in money to that also. So this system is it is eating the whole. You are eating your own system. It is devouring your own system. It is highly non-sustainable.